Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Taru and today it is finally time for a project Yarnathon update. And if you are new-ish here, you might be like, wait, what? Update to what? This is my yarn project that I have updated a year ago, previous time. So yeah, it has been a while, and this project was created by Andrea from Pretty as a Peacock, who unfortunately is not filming right now. I don't know if she's coming back. Maybe she's just busy and will be coming back. But yeah, this is a project where we're trying to finish up a marathon's worth of yarn. I started doing this in April 2020. And now it's December 25. So I've been doing it for a while, but I was already a year ago, I was 86% of my way through a marathon, which is a bit more than 42 kilometers. And yeah, I'm just trying to use up the yarn from my stash, and it like started as a way of getting rid of the yarn you have, but obviously if I bought some yarn and used it, I'll count it as well, and I'll show you what I've done. This year I wasn't really into yarny stuff as much, probably because my energy levels have been so low that I haven't had the extra brain energy or fidgeting energy, but I'm kind of getting back to it. But since it's been more than a year since I've updated, there is a lot to talk about. And let's start with a stash buster. I did a hexacardy. So basically you do hexagons with 90 degrees angle. So basically a square with 6 corners is how you get a hexacardy. So it like folds into L shapes. And then I have a kind of a green side and a blue side, and then it's open in the front. So then you just stitch them together, make some sleeve cuffs stuff, and you have yourself a cardigan. And I did this with a moss stitch. That is a very heavy yarn eater, basically. And this took 2 kilometers and 400 meters of yarn. So 2,400 meters of yarn went into this thingy that I realized I haven't even put in the ends. But this was my, when I'm very cold, I can just drop myself into it. I need to figure out some closure thingy, but this is mainly to use at home when I'm cold and just drop myself in it, because I used all of my leftover wool yarn thingies. So it is very, very colorful. But I had a lot of blues and a lot of greens, and then just blacks and whites and grays. It's heavy. It's very heavy, but yeah, it's warm. Then I did, for last Christmas, I have pictures of some things that were gifts, but not everything. But I do have a picture of some Huskies that I crocheted for a extended family, and there's a Husky and everyone loves him. So I created some Huskies that I filled with silica gel so that you can put them in the car and then they absorb the moisture. So I will have also, I do have all the sleeves or whatever they're called. And I think like this bunch is for the hexacardy, not necessarily this one, but yeah, I just, for the yarn that I know how much I use, I do count how many skeins it took me. On the Huskies, I have 4. I did it doubled. I think I crocheted double stranded. So 4 skeins. This was actually bought for the Huskies, but it was a commission from me. The tiniest one I did like extra for the one who wanted the bigger Huskies to give away as gifts, and then I did her a little husky as well. But yeah, I will have the patterns if I can still find them, because it was last Christmas, so I will try that. But that took 800 meters of yarn. Then I did a beanie and a neck warmer thingy for my boyfriend's mom, and that took 260 meters. I needed that, so it didn't take as much yarn, but I didn't remember to take pictures. But I think I have the set. I had her actually pick the pattern that she wanted, so I think I can link that pattern. Then I just have some gifts as well. I did some baby things. There's half of a skein left, but I did a name giving gift. I don't think she was Christian, whatever. Wow, I can't speak. I don't think they're Christians, so it was just a name giving gift. But it was a medieval type hood with a big shoulder cover, and then a hood and a long tail on the hood, because that is what their parents' buffer fighting team wears, and my boyfriend has been in the same team with them, so now the baby has her own hood to participate in this soft weapon fighting thingies. It's a big scene in Finland. It sounds weird, but it's kind of fun because you can hit people in the head with these soft weapons and it doesn't hurt. You can have soft arrows to shoot, and yeah, it doesn't hurt, which is nice. But that took, where did my notes go? I'm still getting over the cold, as you can hear, so forgive me for that. It took 650 meters, so 2 full skeins and a half. Then another baby thingy that I forgot to take a picture of. I made a little sweater, and that was 255 meters. It sounds a lot, but it was, I don't know. And then I made a little crocheted saber, because if you haven't noticed, a lot of my boyfriend knows a lot of people, and they are historical fencers. So I have made one long sword previously. I don't have any patterns for these, but I made one long sword, and now I did a saber which has the cup in the handle, and yeah, because the father is a big saber fencer dude, and he was very surprised that I was able to make a very good crocheted saber. But they are obviously bendy, so they are baby safe, but the baby's able to wield the saber. So that was around 50 meters of yarn. Then I have a picture of this, but I made a little fox, and that was for my tattoo artist, because their tattoo shop is Revon Tattoo, and Repo is fox in one name for a fox, and then it's a play from Revontulet, which is Finnish name for the Aurora Borealis, Nordic lights. Words. What are words? So in Finnish they are called foxfires, Revontulet. So they have, their logo has a fox and the fighters. So I made a little fox for her, and now the fox sits in the shop. That was 100 meters. That was just leftovers from actually the neck warmer. It was orange and the beanie. So 100-ish meters. Then another fencing related thingy. My boyfriend organized a competition in Finland, and I was like, yeah, kind of would be fun to have a trophy for the winners, because it was like a series of kind of not like a Finnish championship, but kind of like something along those lines. So I crocheted 2 trophies for the winners, their open category and the women's category. So they got their own crochet trophies, and of course I meant to take a picture after I sugar starched them, and I didn't, but they looked like kind of chalices with handles, and then we made a little plate thingy, and I counted that as 100 per trophy, so 200 meters of, there was some left over, so I counted how much I had left over, but I did those. And then things I have physically here, I think that was all I've given out. No, well, it's coming next. I made some wrist warmers. I made a pair for my dad because I realized that my mom had given me a alpaca yarn to make these for my dad, and I kind of forgot. So he uses these inside because they live in an old like log building, old school building, and it's drafty and cold, so he wears these on the computer every day, and the old ones are getting old. This I counted as 88 meters, and it's very soft. It's just basically a mitten pattern without making the thumb fully, and I didn't really have a pattern for that. And then I made ones for myself, and these actually do have pattern that I slightly modified because the thumb was just a hole, like a straight hole. I like these I don't know what that would be called in English, but so that it kind of hugs the thumb a little better and not just slit in. And then you don't have to go back and forth. You can go round and round and round, and then just drop these stitches and continue. But they have a little bit of a pattern on them, so I'll give you, probably can't find because I did these last week, and these are 64 meters because it's a very thick excuse me, thick wool yarn that actually my boyfriend got me when he was traveling on a fencing trip, surprisingly. So then he wanted to give me some yarn, and funnily enough the shade was called Kingfisher. If you've read those books, it was kind of funny to me to have Kingfisher yarn. But yeah, that was, I don't even know. Oh yeah, then I forgot to add this one in my how much is here? 100 meters. Well, too bad, but I had to fix my boyfriend's puffy pants that I crocheted a year ago because the I cannot speak today. What are words? I don't know. They kind of started to come apart from the legs, the very edge of the pant. So I fixed them with one skein of this, 100 meters that I forgot to count. Then I'm wearing something I made as well, and this it's a bit hard to show you, but it has this kind of butt sleeves, and then the front is twisted, so you just like start to purl in the middle, and then when you twist it then it, like, you have the right side up on both sleeves. But I don't know if I like the twisty part. It was too, I didn't have quite enough yarn. It took 5 skeins of this alpaca yarn that actually my mom as well bought me. And then it came a bit, I have a tendency to do tighter than the patterns call for. And it came out smaller, then I blocked it and it's better, but I'm still not sure if I like the twist or if I'm gonna unravel half of the front and just make it without the twist. I don't know yet, but it took 750 meters, 5 skeins of this. Then, big dudes. Before last Christmas, it was kind of his Christmas gift. My boyfriend actually saw this pattern and wanted me to knit it. And it's corvid skulls, ravens, or crows, or something. This pattern is witching hour, and it came as a kind of a poncho type, so that I had to actually like start the sleeves before the pattern stopped. In the pattern it would go until like it would separate the sleeves all the way like halfway across the torso, and then it would be kind of a poncho with sleeves more so. So I did do a little modification for this, and then I actually like he loves this, and this is a Finnish small. We went to a craft convention and we saw this yarn there, and it's a small Finnish brand, and this is a Finnish lamb wool as well, or sheep wool, and it took 1,610 meters and a lot of hanks, and he loves it and wears it to every occasion he can, and he's wore it to a lot of fencing competitions, and then people are like, that's amazing, can I get one? And one of his friends were like, that's amazing, can I get one? And they had a wedding last May, and we attended it, and I was like, if you like it so much, there is a chance you can get one for your wedding. And it so happened that I made 2 of these for the bride and the groom, like opposite colors, and that took a lot of yarn. So together it was 2,275 meters of yarn, and it was Norwegian yarn because the bride was actually half Norwegian, so, or is half Norwegian, so I think it was kind of funny, and it was nice and soft yarn. So yeah, I made a lot of these, and probably I could quit being a scientist and just sell these to fencers and also crochet some puffy pants that everyone like. It's rare that people in Finland talk to people they don't know, but he's been stopped multiple times on the streets like, hey, where did you get those pants or that sweater? Those are amazing, like, where can I get one? So I'm like, maybe I should just start crocheting puffy pants and knitting skull sweaters. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe after I get my PhD done, that's just what I'm gonna do. But that was a year's worth, so obviously I wasn't as productive as I have been other years. So the total for year on 1 month was 9,502 meters. almost 10 kilometers. And last time I had 36-ish thousand meters done and 86% of the marathon. I now have 45 kilometers and 714 meters. So I have used up a marathon's worth of yarn. And I went a little bit over because I'm not gonna stop, because this is fun. I love numbers. You know, I love numbers. I love like inventories. I love weighing my products, tracking my uses. So this is kind of the same. So I will probably keep doing this. And I try to update when I have something to show. I've got the itch again. So hopefully something will happen next year. But yeah, that was the update. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've had amazing holidays so far. And yeah, next up will be a makeup video again. But thank you so much for watching this one as well. And I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye.